Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to Booktober Day 22. Can you guys believe it? Minus a few hiccups along the way, a couple double uploads, doing pretty good. Pretty proud, I'm not gonna lie. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and today am coming at you with another tag because they're pretty easy to film. You know? Today I will be doing the fall bucket list tag created by Read by Tiffany. I will leave her original blog post down below in the description for you guys to go check out. And all of the graphics that I will be using in this video will also be created by Read by Tiffany, and that is why they are in the video. Let's just get right in. Let's get started. Interesting. Activity number 1. Light a fall scented candle. So for something lighthearted, I'm going to go with The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Cloon. I love this book. I haven't talked about it in a while since I read it last year. What a special book. This will always have a special place in my heart. It is one of my favorite. It's adult fantasy, but it's very cozy and comforting and warm. We are following our main lad, Linus Baker, who basically works in magical children's protective services. That sounds a lot better than what they actually do. They're basically like the ministry. They make sure that magical kids have safe homes, but also like are kept from society. And Linus is tasked with the big challenge of being very trusted to go to the orphanage, the House in the Cerulean Sea, home to 6 of the most dangerous magical kids. It's so lighthearted. Yes, there are a few heavy topics within it, but just the way that it is written is so whimsical. Like, that is the best word for it. It's very whimsical, very cozy. You just fall in love with all these characters, especially the kids. It's just like a hug. Even though there are heavy topics that can be upsetting, it's handled with care. And I know there is controversy around this book and the inspiration that TJ Cloon had. I'm not really one to speak upon that. I can't really give my opinion on that, but just know that there is that. If you're interested in looking up for that information, I would suggest you go listen to Indigenous voices specifically about it. The next fall activity is to drink a pumpkin spice latte. I've, to this day, never had a pumpkin spice latte. I don't really know if it's something I would enjoy, but today I do have Unicorn's Blood Rebel with coconut because I need it to be sweeter. It's interesting. It's a very interesting drink, but you know, that's what I have today. And for this, the prompt is a book that has a lot of hype. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Because of Booktober, I don't feel like I've been watching as much BookTube because I just haven't had the time between like working a full-time job and then reading a lot of books and filming videos and editing all the time. And I'm really obsessed with this like D&D campaign that I've been watching too much of, that I don't know what's popular right now. I don't know what the kids are reading. What is cool on BookTube? I remember Lightlark being really big, but I feel like that's died down now. So now I don't know. What are the cool kids reading? Should I be reading it? Please let me know. The next prompt is to go apple picking. This is an activity I've never done before, and I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe it's just like the local apples in Oregon that I've seen like growing up, the orchards that I've seen, their apples just are not appetizing. And I know that like the apples that I buy at the store probably have some kind of chemical or GMO in it or whatever, but they're so good and they just look so pretty, you know? So no, I've never had a desire to go apple picking, but I do go to the pumpkin patch if that's like kind of the same vibe maybe. But the prompt for this is a book that has friendships, and for this I'm actually going to go with Alatsaway by Darcy Little Badger. This is a book you can read any time of the year, but I think it is also good in October just because it has a very supernatural element. We are following our main girlie, Alatsaway, who is asexual, which is always a cool representation to have, and she can see ghosts. It's a family thing. It's passed down in her indigenous family's culture that they can just communicate with the dead. And her uncle dies, I believe, and she starts investigating his murder, and there's like vampires involved, and her best friend, let me tell you, their relationship is honestly so freaking cute. I love their friendship. I cannot wait to read this book again just to be with these characters. I absolutely loved this book. I love Darcy Little Badger's writing. I love everything about it. Highly recommend. If you've never read Alatsaway, go read Alatsaway right now. The next fall activity is to wear a cozy sweater. I love sweaters. I need to buy more sweaters, but for this prompt, a book that warms your heart. And to no surprise, Heartstopper Volume 1 and 2. I love these volumes. They're just a hug. They're just a hug. This is about Nick and Charlie becoming friends, falling in love, being cute little gays. I just really love the characters, and it's definitely also because of the Netflix show. Like, I love that cast so much. I'm low-key obsessed. I know I talk about these all the time, and I recommend them a lot, but they really are so important to have, especially for young adults, especially if you're in high school. Like, these need to be read by everybody. This needs to just be normalized. There needs to be more high school sapphic and gay relationships with different types of people. You've got trans representation, you've got everything you could ever need in these books. It's top tier, above all. The characters are just a warm hug. They're so sweet to each other. It just shows you healthy relationships and boundaries and communication, and it just does everything right. I can't say enough good things about these. I absolutely adore them. But I know I talk about them a lot, so I'm hoping, haven't read this yet, but I'm hoping Fruits Basket is going to be the next hug. I want this to warm my heart like the anime does. I'm obsessed with the anime. I binged season 2 in one night. I cannot be stopped. There's only 3 seasons. I'm on the final season. Watched the first episode and I was like, I need to stop because I don't want it to end. And so I'm really excited that I have the graphic novels, the manga to read, but I also don't want it to end. But like, this is gonna be my new Heartstopper, I'm sure. The next one is to bake cinnamon rolls. I'm not a big cinnamon roll person, to be honest, but like, once a year I'll probably have them. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is good. But the prompt for this is a book with a talented chef as their main character. And I'm gonna be honest, nothing is coming to mind. I am a foodie. I absolutely love food. I'm super picky. I don't like a lot of foods. It's a texture thing, it's a taste thing. I'm super picky. But I love food. I think about food far too often. I get way too excited about it. I'm obsessed with food. I'm hoping, hold please. So who am I to say if this is a true character that's good at cooking or whatever? But Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Dungeon and Dragons cozy fantasy where our characters open up a cafe and introduce people to things like chocolate. And when I say peoples, I mean just other beings. It sounds so whimsical, so magical. I'm so excited for this. I think that this is going to shift my fantasy once for the rest of my life. I just love the idea of cozy D&D fantasy worlds. Like I need this to be 10 books. I need this to never end. I need a whole world. I'm just so excited. Honestly, if we want to make these into shows, if we want to make these into graphic novels, I want it all. All of it. All of the cozy fantasies. Especially if they revolve around food. Love that for me. But if you have recommendations for like books with good food representation that talks about food, Certain Hunger is one that like talks about food in a very beautiful way. I wouldn't recommend that to everybody though. She's a food critic, she doesn't really cook, but she's also a good cook, so I guess that would work too. Questionable. And the final one is to jump into a pile of leaves. A book that makes you jump for joy. This is a little weird, but I don't want to stop talking about it. All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. This is probably so far my favorite book of the year. I'm absolutely obsessed. First book that I tabbed, binged this in 24 hours, absolutely in love, obsessed, could not ask for more. I just love this. It is the Hunger Games meets a little bit older of adults, like 18-year-olds-ish, that go into a tournament every okay, let me give you a better explanation of this, maybe. So in this, we have 7 different families that are all living in the same island, basically. In this world, there's common magic and there's high magic, and high magic has been pretty depleted. It's very hard to come by. But these 7 families, every 20 years, put one of their members up to compete in a tournament when the blood moon rises and the blood veil falls, because of this stupid little curse that's going to kill them if they put someone in or not. So they might as well go fight to the death so that their family gets high magic for the next 20 years. I loved all of the... no, I did not love all of the characters, but I loved all the characters, you know? Like, they were all very different, they were unique. I have not read The Hunger Games. I know I need to, but it has that kind of vibe, and I just really enjoyed it. I just liked the dumb cliche of it all. I liked how it was just like your standard YA. It really brought me back, and I just fell in love with this. I fell in love with reading. I couldn't get enough. I still need to read the second. I know. Yell at me, please. But yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm in love. It's fantastic. All of us villains. Makes me happy. But those are all of the questions. That's everything to talk about. I really love tags. I think they're such a fun way to get to know people. You guys can get to know me through them. And we just get to talk. Especially like fall tags, because they're just so cozy, because it's like fall time. It was raining this morning and now it's like sunny with blue skies, and I'm just like, how rude, how offensive to not be fall during fall for me, but whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed. Give this video a like if you did. Subscribe down below. We've only got another, what, week or so of Booktober before it ends? Goodness. But I will see you guys very soon tomorrow in my next video for a reading vlog, hopefully. Cool. Bye!